Hi everybody, DUGROZ here with DUGROZ Reports. Welcome to another episode of Frugal Points, the series where I drive in my car and talk to you about the philosophical side of points and miles. Today we're going to be talking about my strategy shift mid-year update and how, well, it has pretty much failed. Not completely, but pretty much. Let me give you a little bit of context here. So, about 6 months ago, I made a video announcing that for this year, 2024, I am going to be focusing on a new strategy called Cashback for travel. In other words, instead of using points to book my travel, I'm going to try to maximize cashback and then use that cash back for travel and just see how it does. Well, it's not going great. Frankly, it's pretty much a failure. Not an abject failure, but I'd say about a 75% failure. Before I dive into the details of why that is, on this particular channel, I talk about finding epic value for the average American, including, but not limited to, credit card rewards. If that sounds interesting to you, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive in. So, what's my big problem with cashback for travel? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not the earnings part. Earnings isn't so bad. So, we've got a lot of good cashback cards out there. The Blue Cash Every Day from American Express is one, which I got a upgrade offer to upgrade it to the Blue Cash Preferred, and they waived the annual fee for the first year and gave me $150 for doing that. And I'm earning 6% on groceries, up to $4,000 right now. So that's not too bad. Or maybe it's $6,000. Whatever. It's capped, but I'm earning 6% on groceries, 3% on gas, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. But it doesn't have to be a dedicated cash back card to earn cash back. Of the big transferable ecosystems, the 5 big ones, 3 of them let you cash out for a penny a point without any special tricks. I'm looking at you, Capital One, and Amex as the ones who don't let you do that. Of course, to cash out for a penny per point with American Express, you have to have a specific card or two with a very high annual fee, and with Capital One, well, there really is no way to cash out the miles at a half cent each. You have to, at a penny each. Either accept a half cent each, or you can use the Travel Eraser on the Venture or Venture X, which is kind of like cashback, but it's not really like cashback, so let's just shove those 2 ecosystems off the edge of the cliff. So we're talking about Citi, Chase, and Wells Fargo. Those 3 ecosystems, thankfully, let you cash out your points at a penny each without any special hurdles to jump through. Well, like I said, it's not the earnings that's a problem. In fact, I feel like I've had pretty good earnings so far this year. Last quarter, for example, the Chase Freedom and Freedom Flex rotating categories gave me 5x on dining, so I used that a whole bunch for dining. And if I want to transfer that to a transfer partner, I can. If I want to just cash it out, I can. 5% cash back, not too bad. In my household, between Mrs. DUGROZ and I, we've got 4 of those Freedom type cards that rotate. How about this quarter? Gas. Well, gas, that's another good one. 5x, which can be cashed out at 5%. Cash back doesn't have to be, but can be. I've got my Citi Premier, 3x on dining, groceries, and gas. Well, that's handy. I've got my Wells Fargo autograph, no annual fee. We've got gas stations and dining and some other stuff that I'm not thinking of right now. I've got my brand new Wells Fargo Business Signify card, 2x on everything. Yep, you can cash those out if you want. So I have options. I can use a dedicated cashback card. I can use a Citi, Chase, or Wells Fargo card and take it as cash back. So the earnings is not a problem. Well, if earnings not a problem, what is the problem? Well, it's probably self-explanatory. Redemptions. Redemptions are the problem with cashback. So there's a couple different ways you can go with redemptions, and we think of the big 3. We think of the RIPs, the RIP and RIP trip. We got your rental car, we got your inn, like hotel, and we got your plane. Well, if we look at the first one, rental car, you're pretty much always paying with cash. Now you could use the Chase travel portal or something like that, but other than that, you're paying for your rental car with cash. That's probably still a good use for cashback. How about airplane flights? Well, it depends on what class and where you're flying. You know, a lot of times if you're flying economy within the United States, cashback isn't that bad of an option, or maybe your Chase travel portal. I've mentioned Chase travel portal twice though, and that's more of a points function than cash. Yes, it is using your points in a cash-like manner, but since I have the CSR, I get 1.5 cents per point, which, you know, if you take into considerations, you're not getting your Rakuten, you're not getting discounts, those kind of things. You know, maybe it's more like 1.4 cents per point, but still pretty good. But I was thinking that I was going to use cashback for travel on my lodging, my inn, my hotel, my Airbnb, my cabin in the woods, my houseboat, whatever, wherever it is I'm going to stay. And I thought, this'll be great. I'll get all these boutique hotels, and I won't be beholden to any program, and I will be a free agent of free agents. Born free as the wind blows. Well, but hold your horses. I thought to myself, let's take a deep dive on the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. It gets 5x back at hotels and 4x back on flights, any airline, any hotel, and you can take as cash if you want. Wow, the ultimate free agent card. Did a video about this, and then I ran the numbers, and it turns out that strategy is not as good as I thought it was going to be, paying for hotels with cashback. And here's why. There's two big reasons why it just wasn't as good as I thought. I haven't booked a ton of redemptions, but I've looked for a ton of them, and I've pulled the trigger on very few. I mean, really, I went to Chicago in January to see my sister's family, and cash rates were really low, and that's when I paid cash. But other than that, yeah, points have really done a lot better. So, two big reasons. Reason number one, why the cashback for travel method is just not all it's cracked up to be, at least for hotels, is sign-up bonuses. So, sign-up bonuses, you can do great with those. I remember when I got my IHG business card, and my wife got the IHG personal card, the one with $99 annual fees and a free night certificate. We got a buttload of IHG points. Now, I've used almost all of them. I'm almost completely out of them, but I don't remember what the sign-up bonus was on the IHG business card at the time I got it. I'm feeling like it was 170-ish thousand, 180,000, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I just looked on my phone moments ago on the day I'm recording this, and as of now, the IHG business card sign-up bonus is 140,000 points. So, I'm in the car, no calculator, so it's time for some mental math. If you value that at 1 penny per point, that is $1,400 in sign-up bonus value, not even accounting for the spend. Now, I know you're going to say, but Doug, who would value IHG points at a penny each? Nobody, okay? Hang in there, Carl. I'm doing the math. All right, let's divide that by 2 so that instead we value it at a half cent each. That comes out to $700 in value, plus whatever you've earned. Whatever. Let's just say a little over $700. Name a cashback card that has a sign-up bonus of at least $700. You might be able to think of one. I'm not going to say you can't, but there's not a lot. There's a lot out there with like $150, $200, something along those lines. So it's really hard to get that initial sign-up bonus oomph with cashback cards like you can with hotel cards, assuming you spend it at the hotel. And that's on the purchasing side, and since you can frequently purchase IHG points at a half cent each, I won't value it any more than that. But on the redemption side, just for reference, I value it around 0.7, 0.8 cents per point, something like that. So that's one problem is the sign-up bonuses. Consider that, in addition to the sign-up bonus, like, you might get a free night certificate. So on my IHG business card, I'm getting a free night cert at the end of the first year. I'm getting $700 in value. Right now, the IHG personal card gives 5 free night certificates, which I think with any degree of work whatsoever is going to be way more than $700. Even if you find stays averaging $200, now you're talking $1,000 in value. So it's way easier to get bigger sign-up bonuses on the hotel side with points, dedicated hotel points, than it is with Cashback. All right, so that was reason number one. And the second big reason is when we're talking rewards, you just get a lot more rewards when you use the hotel's card if you're staying at hotels. So I understand that if I'm going to be using a cashback card like the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey to pay for my IHG stay, that I'm still going to be able to earn IHG points. Now, if I go to a boutique hotel, then I'm not bound to IHG, but I'm also not earning IHG points. So there's this sliding scale here. On the far right, really conservative, I value my independence, America, don't like corporations, I'm going to stay at John Smith's Hotel in Donaldson, Iowa. It's not a part of any chain. Ironically, you're going to use a credit card from a giant bank, Wells Fargo, and you're going to earn your 5% cash back. That's great. But there's no rewards whatsoever for staying at John Smith's Hotel. You just get your 5% cash back, and that's it. Hopefully you got a great deal. In the middle is you're still staying at a chain hotel, but you're paying with your Wells Fargo autograph. You're staying at your Marriott, your IHG, your Hilton, or whatever, earning your points, but you're paying with the Wells Fargo autograph. And then on the more, I'm just going to sell out to the big hotel corporation and be loyal to them side, you're using your branded hotel card, your Hyatt card, your Hilton card, your IHG card, your Choice Privileges card, whatever. That middle ground can sound appealing. It's like striking a balance, but I feel like in reality, at least for me, it doesn't actually exist. Because if I'm a free agent where I don't want to commit to any one chain, and you're assuming you're like me, you're an intermittent traveler, you're not traveling constantly, you're just a few times a year, maybe 20 nights a year in a hotel, what's the point of being a free agent and signing up for a hotel loyalty program? I mean, yes, I probably still would, because maybe over the course of 7 to 10 years I'd get enough points for a free night with Hilton or whoever just from my stays. But man, dog, that's going to take forever. It feels like you either go full-blown free agent or full-blown loyalty to a couple programs. You can pick a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary, but that's about it. And then you should probably play in those sandboxes. Well, if you're going to be committing to 1 to 3 programs, for Pete's sake, get the credit cards for those programs, because usually there's some sort of status and a whole bunch of other benefits also. Now, again, I said for an intermittent traveler like me, if you're Stephen Pepper from Frequent Miler and you literally live on the road and stay at hotels hundreds of nights per year, you might want the variety. But for average Joe Schmo, I'd say pick 1 to 3 hotels to commit to and just roll with it. In fact, I feel like right now I've got about 3, and that's probably too many. I just need to be a Hilton guy, be a Choice guy, be a IHG guy, or whatever. Just pick it and roll with it, because that's where you're going to get your value. And every time I run the numbers, it's always, the numbers just don't work to be a free agent as much as it is to be loyal to one chain. Now, I got to give some caveats here and say what I will probably do in real life is some sort of middle ground. So on the earning side, keep earning the way I'm earning. That I'm going to look for those 3 transferable currencies I mentioned, Citi, Wells Fargo, and Chase, and I'm going to earn with them with a bias towards Chase probably, because with Chase I at least have the option of using the travel portal if I want to. And then I can make my decision at the last second if I want to use those as points or cash. Now, in order for this to work, you have to be okay with cashing out your points at a penny each, which I don't think is like bad. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. So I can book that boutique hotel in the UP of Michigan that's not affiliated with any chain if I want to, but I don't have to commit to the strategy in advance. Just call me Mr. Hybrid or something like that. I like hybrid mattresses. I like hybrid travels. Cashback is okay, but I'm probably not going to be seeking out any new cashback cards unless it's just for the purpose of experimentation. And I'm going to value the flexibility of points versus cashback, of having dual options, more than pure cashback a little. So like, again, example time. If I'm going to a gas station and I have both my Blue Cash Preferred, which gives 3% cash back, and I've got, let's say it's not a rotating category time, and I've got my Wells Fargo Autograph in the car. I've got both cards. I can use either one. My bias should be towards the Autograph because I can either take it as cash back or I can use it as points, whichever. So I kind of need to make like a decision tree. That's hard for me to do while I'm here in the car. If I'm going to earn only cash back, it's got to beat the equivalent points option by probably at least 1% or 1x. So like, if I can get 3x points at a gas station, I would have to earn at least 4% cash back for that to be my choice. So like my US Bank Altitude Reserve, that would still be an option because it's sort of like a cashback program. You know you're going to be using it for travel eventually, probably rental cars. So on the net, it's going to be 4.5% cashback equivalent. You probably all know, if you've watched any of my videos, how that works. If you don't know how it works, literally watch all my videos. I talk about it constantly. Real-time rewards, US Bank Altitude Reserve. It's great. So, I am officially declaring that I am giving up on the cashback as a travel strategy method. I'm going to have a bias towards points, and I admit this is not fully fleshed out, but I think I know where I'm going with this, and I'd love your input. I'm going to actually try to simplify my strategy a little bit, get it down to like 3 major transferable currencies, and just see how that treats me. And again, remember to subscribe, become a channel member, $3 a month. It's a DUGROZ Diehard. I've got lots of videos like this one that are just stream of consciousness that are members only. You'll love it if you try it. No commitment. You can cancel anytime. And as always, may your spending be frugal, and may your points be plenteous. Thanks for watching.